There comes a moment in life when the noise begins to quiet, when the applause fades, the children are grown, and the mirror no longer reflects who we once were. In that silence, many ask, what now? Is this the season of fading away? Is aging merely the slow descent into weakness and invisibility? Or is there something far more sacred happening? The world may tell us that age is decline, but the Bible whispers something profoundly different, something holy. It says, even to your old age and gray hairs, I am he who will sustain you. Isaiah 46:4. What if the last chapter of life is the one God has been preparing you for all along? Stay with us, because in the next 40 minutes we will uncover the Bible's divine message to every aging soul, a message of hope, purpose, and eternal strength. In our modern world, aging is often seen as something to resist, cover up, or fear. Youth is glorified, wrinkles are hidden, and the elderly are quietly pushed aside, their wisdom replaced by trending advice and fleeting fame. But this wasn't always the case. In biblical times, age was honored. The gray head was a crown of glory, not a mark of shame. The elders were the keepers of truth, the storytellers of God's faithfulness. The world tells you your best years are behind you, but Scripture says otherwise. It says, gray hair is a crown of splendor. It is attained in the way of righteousness. Proverbs 16:31. You are not a burden. You are a living testimony. One of the most comforting truths in Scripture is this: God does not change. While our bodies change, our strength wanes and life moves swiftly forward. God remains, His love remains, His purpose for your life remains. Psalm 71, often considered the Psalm of the aged, gives voice to this reality. Do not cast me away when I am old. Do not forsake me when my strength is gone. Even when I am old and gray, do not forsake me, my God, till I declare your power to the next generation. Psalm 71:9-18. This psalm isn't just a cry, it's a declaration that the later years are not forgotten years. They are appointed years. God is not done with you. So what does the Bible call aging believers to do? One word: testify. Your life has seen storms and seasons. You've witnessed God's hand through both joy and sorrow, and now He calls you to speak. Titus 2 instructs older men and women to teach, to guide, to model sound living for the younger generations, not through dominance, but through wisdom. Your words carry a weight that no textbook can match. Your voice can shape a soul. God doesn't ask you to be perfect. He asks you to be faithful. He calls you in your old age to pass the baton of faith, to become a lighthouse. Perhaps one of the greatest fears of aging is losing strength, physically, mentally, emotionally. But Scripture flips that fear on its head. The Apostle Paul wrote, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16. True strength doesn't always look like standing tall. Sometimes it looks like kneeling in prayer. It looks like holding fast to hope even when the world dims. It looks like continuing to love even when others forget you. Because in God's eyes, your weakness is not a problem. It's an invitation for His power. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9. The Bible doesn't just speak to your present condition, it opens your eyes to eternity. We are not simply aging toward death, we are aging toward glory. In 2 Corinthians chapter 5, Paul reminds us, we do not lose heart, for we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven. This life is preparation, not punishment. Every wrinkle, every tear, every quiet moment is drawing you closer, not to the end, but to the beginning. Heaven is not far off. It is the destination that gives your final years meaning. Many aging souls ask quietly, What's my purpose now? No career, no children at home, less mobility, fewer visitors. But let's be clear. If you have breath, you have purpose. Your prayers matter. Your phone calls matter. Your example matters. In Luke chapter 2, we meet Anna, a prophetess, 84 years old, widowed for decades. And what was she doing? Worshiping, fasting, and praying in the temple daily. And it was she who was among the first to recognize the Christ child. God entrusted a holy revelation to an old widow. Why? Because faithfulness has no expiration date. Legacy is not about what you leave behind, it's about what you leave within. Within your children, within your grandchildren, within your community, within the kingdom. Psalm 92 speaks of the righteous flourishing like a palm tree, still bearing fruit in old age, staying fresh and green. Your legacy is not just in what you did, it's in who you are becoming. Your kindness, your wisdom, your forgiveness, your unshakable faith. These are seeds, seeds that will outlive you. The Bible never promises that growing old will be easy, but it does show us how to die well, to finish the race, to fight the good fight, to remain faithful to the end. The aging soul becomes a sacred witness in the final moments, showing the world how to cling to Christ even in decline. Psalm 116 verse 15 says, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints." So, what is the Bible's message to every aging soul? It is not a message of fear or fading. It is a message of faith, fruitfulness, and forever. You are seen. You are still called. You are still capable. And you are deeply loved by the God who has walked with you since birth. Isaiah 46:4 again promises, "Even to your old age and gray hairs, I am He. I am He who will sustain you." This is your season to shine, not with youthful strength, but with the radiant beauty of a soul seasoned by God's faithfulness. If this message spoke to your heart today, if you believe that aging is not the end but a sacred journey with God, then we invite you to walk with us on this path of wisdom and purpose. Like this video to let others know they're not alone. Comment below, share what resonated most with you. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs today. And subscribe to Wisdom Echo, where we celebrate faith, aging, and eternal hope, one story at a time. You are not forgotten. You are not finished. You are God's masterpiece still unfolding. Let your final years echo with wisdom.